5 online, Catherine Wilson, Deb.
Olivia Harvey.
What?
Olivia Harvey.
Olivia Harvey.
Yes.
Tracy McKeechern. MS account, that's Sharon, right? And then Wendy just popped on.
Yes, that's me, Nancy.
Okay. All right, yeah, Sharon. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Yes. Gotta. Anita, is it too warm? Because I turned it, I turned it up. Oh, okay. Oh,
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Deb.
there, it just sounds like it went on. It felt cool when I walked in, so. Yeah. All right. Everybody see me okay? Yeah. All right, great. All right, if you've got 2 blocks at home or something to, even 1 block could help. And a pillow or a cushion from your couch to use as a little bolster. And if you've got a towel or some sort of a blanket, those are all great props that you can use at home to help you in the practice. All right. So let's everyone start with using the block today for hero's pose. So start off with 1 block and see how you do. Take it at the lowest height and place it in between your ankle bones so that you're bringing the inside ankles to touch the block. And then sit back. So your sits bones, those 2 bony parts in your seat, rest on the block. If the knees, if that's not high enough for you, stack the second block. And by stacking the second block, it's going to take some of the stress off the knees. And then you want to try and draw the knees toward one another, tops of the feet on the mat, and your sits bones resting comfortably and evenly on the blocks or block. Everybody there? And notice how the spine can lengthen up toward the sky. Just take a few moments to settle in the seat that you've created for yourself. So this is called hero's pose. And it's a good meditative seat because it allows our spine to grow up toward the sky, lengthening up, countering the round that we get from driving, from everyday chores, from our texting, computer work. So this week marks start of summer, official, even though we feel like it's summer. It's been summer for 2 months already in Florida. But the summer solstice is arriving tomorrow night and all day Wednesday. And it's a good time to sort of take stock in what's been going on in your life the past 6 months, and to look ahead and to set intentions for the next 6 months. Sort of sow your seeds, plant your seeds. So just take a few moments, allow the eyes to come to a soft gaze, looking down, or close all together if that's comfortable for you. And this connection that we have with our seat and the earth. And as you begin to tune into your natural breath, so connecting with these two elements, the earth and the air, sort of creating a little bit of a meditation, if you will, toward the sun and the earth. The summer solstice is the longest day of the year, sunniest day of the year. It brings reflection and planning. Maybe marking some new beginnings, an energy shift. Some astrologists believe that this Cancer season takes us out of our minds and deeper into our bodies. Maybe working toward healing that can be experienced and thought through emotion. So as you sort of let the mind settle on a thought or two, maybe anything that you want to work on over the next 6 months, or maybe anything that you can bring to a close from the past 6 months. Bring your hands to your heart center and set an intention. Patanjali, who brought us the Yoga Sutras, says an intention helps to give our, really anything we do in life, direction. It also helps to deepen our connection with ourselves and with all beings, to make our yoga practice mutually beneficial. So not only serving ourselves, but serving others. By doing for yourself, you're doing for others. Our yoga practice, although it asks from us physical challenges, it also asks us to focus on some of the mental, spiritual challenges to help move us through all of it. So just bring in mind for a moment the sun, the earth, even what air looks like to you. And just as our yoga practice is the union of mind, body, and soul, see how you can create a union of the sun, the earth, and the air. And let's open with the sound of Om. If you're not comfortable creating the sound, just listen and enjoy, feel the vibration, or maybe hum. So take a full inhale, sigh the breath out through your mouth. And then the next exhale will Om. Moving right into pranayama, breathing technique. Let one hand rest over your heart and one hand, your palm, move toward being over your low belly. So the thumb pointing up toward your navel. And we'll inhale fully. So empty the breath out. And then inhale fully and hold the breath at the top. Breathe in just a little bit more. And then exhale the breath fully out. Inhale the breath in. Pausing at the top and take another little sip of air in. And exhale the breath fully out.
The people in the class.
Inhale the breath fully in. Take another sip.
Speaker.
And then exhale the breath fully out. One more time, full breath in. When you get to the top, see if you can take another little sip of breath in. And exhale the breath fully out. And then we'll reverse that. So breathe in, inhale. Exhale the breath out through the nose. When you get to the bottom of your breath, push out just a little bit more air. Inhale fully. And exhale the breath out. When you get to the bottom of your breath, push out just a little bit more air. Emptying out just a little bit more. Inhale fully. And then exhale the breath out. When you get to the bottom, push out just a little bit more. 2 more times. So inhale fully. And then exhale, emptying the breath out. When you think that you've emptied it all the way out, just empty a little bit more. And last time, inhale fully. Exhale the breath out. When you get to the bottom, push out just a little bit more. And then just return to a natural breath. So not manipulating it in any way, just your natural inhales and exhales. And take a moment just to notice if any shifts happen, any sensations. No judgment, just noticing. Taking a body scan, notice if there's any parts of the body that may have softened through that process, or if any parts of the body tightened up. Again, not passing any judgment, just noticing. Being your own self-study. Let the hands come down to the thighs and start opening the eyes just a little bit at a time. So just a little, like 25%, another 25%, another 25%. And then opening the eyes fully and taking the eyes only. So bring the chin parallel to the floor and just take the eyes, your gaze up to 12 o'clock. Welcoming the unexpected. Take the eyes over to 3 o'clock. Down to 6 o'clock. Over to 9 o'clock. And up to 12. And then reverse. Over to 9. 6. Over to 3. And 12. And then come back to looking ahead. Rock forward. Tap out the tops of your feet. Take the block out in front of you at the lowest. Take your knees wide and bring your toes to touch. And with the base of your hand resting on the blocks, let your fingertips come to the wrap around the tops of the blocks and start dropping down with your arms extended into this child's pose. And with our arms elevated like this, the head comes in between the arms. Don't let it drop lower than the arms, and just opening up this upper back area and the shoulders. And 5 breaths here. Feeling this expansion in the upper back area. Full breath in. Full breath out. If you don't have blocks at home, just coming to a regular child's pose with the arms extended out in front of you. Full breath in. Full breath out. So at any point in the practice, if the mind starts to wander, tuning into the breath really helps to bring you back to this present moment, or coming back to your intention, or maybe silently saying a mantra to yourself like I am, or Soham, which is I am in Sanskrit. Next, inhale, bring yourself up, hands on the blocks, knees stacking under your hips, and extend the right leg back behind you so your toes are touching the mat, and then start pushing so that right heel drops down toward the mat. So you're pushing the shoulders behind the wrists and pushing that heel toward the earth to deepen that stretch in the back of the right leg. Inhale, rocking forward, so rolling on top of the toe. Exhale, rock back, heel drops. Inhale, rock forward. And exhale, rock back. Inhale, lift that right leg up. Draw the right knee into the chest, step it forward in between the blocks. Come up on your fingertips. Drop the hips toward the mat, so you're bending this right knee a little deeper, and lift the chest like lizards do. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then shift the hips back. Bring the blocks under your shoulders at the highest. So you're getting balance here. Press into the the bottom of this right foot. And press into the top of your left foot. And just feel the hips come toward the midline. When you feel balanced, maybe float the arms up by the ears. This is called Anjaneyasana. Maybe even turn the pinkies, rotating them inward. And the feeling like you're holding the earth or the moon or the sun in your arms, externally rotating the shoulders. So softening the shoulders away from the ears. Feeling supported in the spine by lengthening down through the low back. And then bring the hands to the blocks. Bring the blocks forward to frame that right foot, lowest level. Tuck your left toes under and lift that left leg. Coming into a low lunge. Left leg fully extended. Your right knee is in a straight line with your right ankle. One more, full breath in. Full breath out. Keep the left hand resting on the block. Float the right arm up, opening into a twist. And really lengthening up through those right fingertips so that you're not dumping weight in the left shoulder. Keep strong in that left leg, really keep lengthening it. And then exhale that right hand down to the block. Lower that left knee, and then bring the right knee back to meet it. And push back, seat to heels, but keeping the knees close this time. Hands still on the blocks. Another big stretch for the arms and the upper back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, back to tabletop. Extend left leg back, toes on the mat, and then push the shoulders back. Arms are fully extended so that left heel is dropping to the mat and you're getting a deep stretch in the back of that left leg. One more full breath in and out, and then inhale as you rock forward onto the toes, and exhale, dropping the heels. Inhale, rock forward, and exhale, drop the heel down, and then inhale, that left leg lifts up. Hug the knee into the chest as you step that left foot in between the blocks. Come up on your fingertips, chest lifts as you deepen the bend in the left knee. So just a deeper stretch here for your psoas muscle, for your hip flexor, getting into this left inner hip and inner groin. And then we'll shift the hips back, bring the blocks under your shoulders at the highest. Taking a couple breaths to find your center. Pressing into the bottom of your left foot, top of your right foot, and drawing those hips toward the midline. And when you feel balanced and centered, flip the arms up. Rotating pinkies inward so you feel that nice softening of the shoulders. And lengthening through the low back, stabilizing the spine. Full breath in, full breath out. Hands come back to the blocks. Frame your left foot at the lowest. Tuck the right toes under and lift that right knee. Low lunge. 90-degree angle with this left knee. So your left knee and ankle forming a straight line, and you're really lengthening through the right leg. Right hand stays on the block. Inhale, left arm up, opening into the twist. So just be mindful that if this left knee starts to come out to the left side, draw it back in. Try not to dump into the right shoulder, but lengthening up through the left arm. If you need to keep the right knee on the mat, that's perfectly okay. Modify as you need to. Exhale that left hand down, and now we're going to step the left leg back, hands still on the blocks, coming into this high plank. So notice your body line. So you want to not let the hips sag down. So you don't want to collapse in the chest, but draw the belly in. So notice how strong the belly, when you draw the abdominal muscles in, how it helps to create that line of energy. One more full breath in. And then on your exhale, let your hips lift up toward the ceiling. Keep your hands on the blocks and see if your heels can drop toward the mat, coming into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here to explore downward dog. So notice the position of your hips. Notice the position of your head. See if you're trying to hold your head up and allow it to soften a little. So the head should be in between the arms. If the heels don't reach the mat yet, that's okay. It's something to work toward. So full extension in legs, in arms, in our spine. A broadening across the upper back. Now look up. Lift your gaze so you're looking in between the blocks and walk one footprint. Try to heel to toe your footprint as you walk up to have your feet in between the blocks. And then inhale, lifting up halfway. So you come up where your fingertips are probably right by your knees. Feel an engagement in the thighs. Really bring the navel, draw the navel in as if the navel's moving toward the spine. And now float the arms out to the sides. So instead of feeling like the arms are flying, have them feel like they're lengthening out from the shoulder. And notice how the abdominal muscles feel now. Beautiful, everyone. And bend the knees a little bit. Lift the upper body to vertical. Then straighten the legs. Float the arms overhead. Hands come down to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. So taking a few breaths here in mountain pose. Mountain pose is like Shavasana, standing. Rock on the balls of your feet, lifting your heels. Rock back onto your heels and fan your toes out. Spread your toes. A couple more times. Rock to the balls of your feet, lifting your heels. So everybody find a spot on the floor that you can focus your gaze on. Take the mind out of it as you rock from heel to balls of your feet, and then plant your feet down. And notice if you feel 4 points in the balls of your feet and in your heel sinking in toward the earth. Inhale, float the arms overhead. And as you exhale, take the arms out to the sides. Feel the spine lengthening as you hinge forward. Turn off. It's okay. Everybody come back to the practice. So folding halfway. Inhale, lift up halfway. Take the arms out to the sides again, bend your knees and lift the upper body to stand. It's a very gentle way to come to stand. Inhale, float the arms overhead. Exhale, dive forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, lift up halfway, float the arms out to the sides, bend your knees and lift the upper body to stand. Straighten the legs, arms float overhead. So here in standing, so reach, lengthening up through the legs and lengthen down through the low back. And then exhale, drop the right arm, drop the left, so your shoulder height, twisting open to the right. Inhale, arms up by the ears. Exhale, drop left arm down, twisting open to the left. Inhale, arms up by the ears. Exhale, twist open to the right. Inhale, arms up by the ears. And exhale, twist open to the left. Inhale, arms up by the ears. Interlace the fingers. Extend the index fingers pointing straight up. Root down through the feet. And exhale, side bend over to the right. Left arm in line with left ear. Reach through the index fingers. One more full breath in. And exhale it out. Inhale to come through center and exhale over to the left. Right arm in line with right ear. So you don't want to collapse forward. We want to open that chest and lengthen through the index fingers. Inhale through center and exhale, side bend over. over to the right. So our side bends help us to open through the muscles in the rib cage. So imagine the breath helping to open up any areas that feel stuck. Inhale through center, side bend over to the left. Feeling that lengthening from the right hip, up the right side, out through the index fingers. One more full breath in and out, and then inhale to center. Let the arms sweep down, interlace the fingers behind your back. So either, depending on your shoulders today and how they're feeling, you might be here with your knuckles coming against your sacrum and then drawing your elbows toward each other. Or you might be extending the arms and then let your chin drop toward your chest, but lift your chest. And feel that opening across the heart space. Full breath in, full breath out. Full breath in, full breath out, drawing shoulder blades toward each other in the back as if they're holding a pencil in between. One more full breath in, full breath out, and then inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, diving forward, hands to blocks, bend your knees and step the right leg back, finding low lunge again. Drop that right knee down, uncurl the toes, and then lift your blocks, bring them under your shoulders again. And we're gonna go for a little deeper stretch for the hamstring now, flipping the left toes to face the ceiling. So you're resting the left foot on the left heel. Shoulders are stacking with your hips. Lead with your heart as you hinge forward. So take it one breath at a time, coming to the point where your breath still stays fluid. If the breath shifts to a more shallow breath, lift up. So just take this at your own pace, drawing that chest toward the left leg. The right hip staying in line with the right knee. And then inhale to lift up. And I want you to drop the left toes to the mat. And just notice that deep stretch for the top of the foot. Maybe the arch of the foot, maybe the top of that left ankle. One more full breath in and out, and then rock forward. So you might need to shift that leg back a little bit. Rocking forward, bring the blocks to frame the left foot and tuck the right toes under. Take the left leg back, finding plank. Draw the right knee into your chest, step it forward in between the blocks, and drop the left knee down. Uncurl the toe. Bring the blocks under your shoulders again. So other side. Flip the right toes up, right heel resting on the mat, and your right leg is straight. Left hip in line with left knee. And then just like the other side, although this side might be different for you, start taking it one breath at a time, bringing the chest, leading with the heart for that right leg. Full breath in, full breath out. At the point where your breath becomes more shallow, that's your threshold. That's where you stay. So no pain, but we can breathe through discomfort. Full breath in, full breath out. Discomfort sometimes is our indication of any fears or emotions that we might be stirring up. Inhale to lift up and then drop that right foot down. So you're getting a stretch in the top of that right foot, right ankle, toes arch. One more full breath in and out, and then press into that right foot. Bring the blocks forward. Tuck the left toes under and lift up. Take the right leg back to meet the left. So we're in high plank and the hips lift. Low belly toward the tops of the thighs. Full extension in the arms. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. So just want you to notice the extension that you have here so that when we do it without the blocks, you're feeling similarly. And then lift your gaze to look between your blocks and heel toe, walking up to the top of your mat. Lift up halfway. Arms float out to the sides, bend your knees, lift up to stand. Arms float overhead, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, floating down into forward fold. So you can continue to use the blocks or move the blocks to the side. Bend your knees, moving through sun salutation. Take both feet back so we're in plank pose. And then lower your knees down. Hug the elbows into your side body as you lower chest and chin. Inhale, slide onto the belly. And then adjust your hands so they're by your lowest set of ribs. Still hugging the elbows into your side body. Inhale, pressing the upper body only up. Cobra. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes under and push your seat to your heels. Then lift your hips. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Beautiful modifications. Feel that same spinal extension that we felt when we were using the blocks. And neck is soft in between the ears. One more full breath in. And out. Lift your gaze to look between your hands and walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lifting up halfway. And exhale, fold in half. Uttanasana, forward fold. 5 breaths here. So let's hold opposite elbows so that it's encouraging us to hang like a Raggedy Ann doll. Maybe sway a little bit from side to side. Feel the tension releasing from the neck. And then release that bind and bend your knees and roll up to standing. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead and exhale, hands to heart center, staying with this. Inhale, sweeping the arms overhead and exhale, diving forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, bend your knees, and step your right leg back, and then drop that right heel down. Coming into warrior 1, so left knee is bent, sweep the arms out in front of you, lifting you up to stand. Your hips are facing forward. Beautiful job, everyone. And just notice how you're rooting down through the feet. Fix your gaze on a spot in front of you that's not moving. shoulders. Maybe even rotate those pinkies inward, like Anjaneyasana, to help you feel the shoulders soften. And now sweep the arms behind your back, just like we did earlier. Keep that front knee bending toward a 90-degree angle. Either the arms extend or the knuckles come to the sacrum, and then lead with the heart, bowing forward into humble warrior. So beautiful opportunity to silently breathe in gratitude for the earth, for the sun, for the air we breathe. One more full breath in and out. And then inhale, float yourself back up to warrior one. Arms release up by the ears. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Look between your hands and either a light hop forward. Some have been practicing more than others. So, or just walk your feet up and inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, plant your hands, and we're stepping our left leg back, dropping that left heel down. Bend the right knee, sweep the arms out in front of you, and lifting up, rooting down, warrior one. Checking in, so your back foot, when we're in warrior one, imagine you're standing on 2 planks of wood. So that left foot is not directly behind the right. And that helps to square the hips forward. Rotate the pinkies toward each other to help externally rotate the shoulders. Getting that softening in the shoulders. Moving toward humble warrior. So keep this right knee still bending at the 90-degree angle. Sweep the arms behind your back, either knuckles to sacrum or extend the arms. Bow the chest forward, the heart toward the earth. Shoulders squaring with hips. Balancing effort with ease. Next inhale lifts you back up, arms flip back up by the ears, and then exhale, hands down to the mat. Step that right foot back. So either take a child's pose here, go right in a downward dog, or for anyone who wants to do a vinyasa, drop the knees, hug the elbows in, lower chin and chest, and then slide forward onto the belly. So you position yourself for cobra. Inhale, lifting the chest up. Exhale, lower down. Push your seat to your heels, hips lift. And we all meet in downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Child's pose available to you at any time in the practice. Child's pose is good to just tune and connect with your breath. One more full breath in and out. And then everybody rock forward to plank. Bend the elbows and slowly lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring the hands out in front of you. So we're going to come to Sphinx pose. So coming up on your forearms. Your elbow crease is in front of your shoulder. So notice it's a little bit of an angle here. And wrap your fingers around your elbows. Legs extending, tops of the feet on the mat. And lengthen through your low back. So you're slightly turning the pubic bone toward the mat. Then bring forearms down and your gaze is looking ahead of your fingertips. Energetically pressing into the forearms, maybe energetically pulling the forearms toward you so that the chest is lifting and opening and the spine is lengthening up. So this beautiful expression, this back bend, really helps to bring the breath up from the diaphragm. Breathing in and out through your nose and keeping your gaze focused on that spot that's not moving. We call it a drishti. Softening the shoulders. If you feel any clenching in the low back or middle back, opportunity to turn the pubic bone toward the mat a little bit more. One more full breath in. And then exhale, take your elbows out to the sides as you stack your hands. Let your forehead rest on the backs of your hands. 3 breaths here, just allowing the belly, the breath. Maybe feel a release in the lower back. One more full breath in and out. And then come back up on your forearms. So like you're taking Sphinx, but then bring your right arm so it's on a diagonal. And then bend your left knee, sweep your left hand behind and grab a hold of that left foot. So try not to let the chest collapse too much, but you're pressing into that right forearm. Maybe you can bring this palm to the top of that left foot and draw your left heel toward your butt. So you're coming over the top of that left arm. See how my left elbow is sticking up? This is half frog. One more full breath in. So here's the tricky part. Don't let it act like a spring. Slow release. Come back down, forearms, then turn your left forearm on a diagonal. Bend the right knee, sweep that right hand back. So that might be where you stay, grabbing a hold, wrapping your hand around that foot. Or you might bring the palm on top of that right foot, pushing the heel in toward your butt. But don't collapse in the left shoulder. Stay up nice and strong, chest open. One more full breath in. And then mindfully release that. Don't let it spring down. And then come down, slide your hands by your lowest set of ribs and tuck your toes under and push back to child's pose with your toes tucked under. Arms fully extended. So in this little bit of a squat pose. And inhale to tabletop and then drop off onto your left hip and swing your legs around. So we're going to counter that back bend today with a seated twist. With your legs extended out, maybe move the flesh away from your sits bones and sitting up nice and tall, and then draw your right knee into your chest. Sit up nice and tall on your sits bones and bring that right foot over the left leg. Really pressing into the toe ball mound. Try not to let this foot leave the mat. Try and press that toe ball mound in. And then right hand comes behind the back. Float the left arm up by the ear. Twist to the right. 5 breaths here. Full breath in. Full breath out. You can turn the head as deep as you want, is what's comfortable for your neck. So all depends on where you're at. Looking over that right shoulder, maybe just look over that right shoulder with your eyes only. Notice the twist is coming from our navel up, so we're protecting our low back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then inhale, coming through center, and we're going to take the hands over to the left and just a little counter twist. Take a breath here. And then come back to neutral. Release that right leg. Just windshield wiper your feet from side to side. Full breath in, lengthening up. Draw that left knee into your chest and step it over the right leg. Left hand coming behind. So using this left hand as kind of a kickstand to help you stay seated on your sits bones. Inhale, right arm up. Twist to the left. Full breath in and out, pressing that left toe ball mount into the floor. Keep the right foot flexed, toes pointing up to the ceiling. So when we press into that left foot a little bit, you might feel a little opening or expanding of the pelvis area. And then turning the head to look over that left shoulder as what's comfortable for your neck. Maybe the eyes only look a little further to your left. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then inhale, come through center, counter twist to the right. And then to center, release that left leg. And now bring both knees up, feet on the mat. And then bring your feet as wide as your mat. Bring your hands behind you. If it's comfortable to turn the fingers to face the back, or you can turn the fingers to face the side. And then drop the knees over to the right. Inhale, bring them through center, and then drop them over to the left. Bring them through center on your inhale and drop them over to the right. One more time, over to the left. And then to center. Sit up nice and tall, hands coming up outside of the knees. And then bring the chest through, lengthening up on your inhale. And on your exhale, seated cat pose, chin to chest, rounding the spine. One more time, inhale, lifting the chest through. And exhale, rounding the spine, tuck your chin to your chest. And sit up nice and tall on your sits bones. Bring the soles of your feet together, letting the knees butterfly out. You can support under your knees with blocks as an option. It would look like this. And then interlace your fingers, wrapping them around the feet. Sit up nice and tall. And staying tall or hinging forward into this forward fold, Baddha Konasana. And use this time to maybe soften the gaze or close the eyes. Noticing your connection with the earth here as the sits bones are evenly rooted with the support. Maybe feeling your breath wrap around the spine, the low back area. Our forward folds are intended to help the nervous system quiet. So matching your inhales with your exhale. One more full breath in and out. And then inhale, if you did fold forward, lift back up so your spine is long, and then push your feet out a little further. So you've got about 1.5 or 2 feet between heel and pubic bone. Take your fingers again, interlace them, and reach forward to wrap them around the feet. Take the elbows out to the sides, and this forward fold, we round the spine, letting the crown of the head come toward your heels. This is called star pose or Tirasana. And just feeling the breath again, moving up and down the spine, releasing tension in the spine. Letting the breath be full, matching our inhales with our exhales. Next inhale lifts you back up, and then extend the legs out in front of you. Push the heels toward the mirrors. Sitting up nice and tall, float the arms up by the ears. Draw the belly in, start reaching forward, and lead with the heart as you hinge. At the point you're going to round the spine, you can use blocks under the hands to help support you. Maybe the elbows or forearms come to the blocks. With each inhale and exhale, feel that lengthening of the spine. As Stephen Marley says, it's all right. Pushing the big toes away from you, draw the pinky toes towards you in this fold. Noticing maybe a little bit of a rotation of the legs when you do that. An expansion of the seat. And inhale to lift back up. And then slowly making your way onto your back. Separating the legs to a comfortable distance apart. Letting the arms move away from the body so they're coming to about 20 or 30 degrees away from the side body, and flip your palms up. So you might notice that it takes a few breaths to allow the back to settle. So as your breath becomes involuntary, bringing back the mantra Soham. So on your inhale, silently saying so. And on your exhale, hum. By introducing this mantra, helping to move you into a state of rest, silently repeating it to yourself until you just notice that your mind is at rest. One ocean of breath. With each wave of breath, letting go of any grasping, any clenching, and softening fully into the support beneath you. Sliding one hand over your belly, one hand over your heart. or both hands on the belly, whatever's more comfortable. And as you begin to invite in a deeper breath, just reminding yourself of the practice of asana. The Yoga Sutras are the map. And in those Yoga Sutras, it emphasizes how our practice helps us to refine our connection to ourselves and to all beings and others. So as we move into the summer solstice this week, we're reminded of this connection, strong connection with the earth, the sun, and the air we breathe. To remember that the resolve of any sequence of events will be determined by your intention. Start to awaken by wiggling your fingers, wiggle your toes, circle wrists and ankles, maybe float the arms overhead on an inhale. And then before coming up to a seat, draw the knees into your chest and roll onto your right side. And just invite in a deeper breath here on your right side. This just helps you avoid being lightheaded when you come up. Allowing the energy to flow into the body from the heart. Using that left hand, pressing into that, and your right arm to help lift you up to a seat. Keeping the eyes closed or at a soft gaze. Crossing the legs, just coming to an easy seat. Let the fingertips come out to the sides, flip your palms up, and then inhale the arms overhead. Bringing the palms to softly touch and then drawing them down to your heart space. Drawing down gratitude and thanks. Allow the chin to drop toward the chest. So a soft bow of the head toward your heart. Thank yourself for being here. I always thank you all for being here. It is truly an honor to lead this practice. Know that forever I am the student, always learning from you all. Let's seal the practice with the sound of Om. So take a full inhale, audible sigh out through the mouth, just let it go. Drawing the Om up from the belly. Wishing you all ease through your day. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Happy Monday. Beautiful friends online, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So glad you.
Bye now. Thanks for everything.
Thank you. It's great.
I hope all the cues were coming through okay.
Yes,
Good, good.
really good.
Your days, everyone.
Okay.
Bye, Deb.
Bye.
That was perfect. Yeah. Yeah, it makes such a difference. Good, good. The practice stirs far this time.
It seems like ever since I had I still have this nagging little.
Setting an intention for its next year. Focus your every practice on using that breath to clear out. That's just that cough is just like an expel.
Yeah, it's annoying.
But yeah, sometimes like it was nice that Janet brought her.
Yeah.
So if you set up and finish the box, I would process that. Okay. And that.
Right. See, the delay right now, I noticed that playing back and getting up with going on the side first. I don't delay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you come to the belly and, have your hands wrapped.
Yeah.
That might be a better process for you.
Yeah.
Brighter and stronger. Good, good. Good to see you. You're so welcome. Oh, well, they suspended the Thursday class. But I'm on all my videos are there. Oh, I know that Angela probably knows how to. Do you know where to find the on videos?